Hello there, people. It's been a few days since I've vlogged. I've been really poorly. I don't think that it's this COVID-19. I think I've just had a flu bug, but I don't know. So I've been self-isolating. Tomorrow technically marks the 7th day since I had my first symptom, which was a really sore throat. Not just a little bit, but a really sore throat. And it sort of progressed from the sore throat to the following day, a headache and the sore throat. So then Tuesday I woke up and everything just ached and it hurt, and I had a temperature, and that was Tuesday, Wednesday, and pretty much Thursday wiped out with aches, temperatures, cough. I did vlog during that time, and I know that I did some shorter ones, and you know I did thank a lot of people because they have been amazing to me and for me, and to kind of help me get through it all. It's wow. I don't even think that I can make sense of what's going on right now across the world. I just don't understand it at all. The masses and masses of people that are just dying. Please excuse my really big spot. The masses of people that are just, you know, they're just dying because of this coronavirus, and I don't know, I kind of, there's a part of me that's always wanted to treat it kind of a bit funny, and as you know, oh, what a laugh, but actually it's not funny anymore. You know, it's just not. We're over 1,000. We've lost over 1,000 people in this country already, and it's just not even. I don't even know. 1,000 people. Like, I can't even put it into like when I was at school. Like, I'm sure there must have been an assembly or something at some point where there was 1,000 people, like 1,000 of us all together, and yet I just can't visualise that amount of people to just be gone. And sorry. It's just I don't know. It's beyond comprehension. I just don't. And I also sit on the bandwagon of feeling kind of frustrated because, you know, having been unwell for sort of 7 days, and I'm sitting here saying, well, no, it's not this coronavirus, it's just a flu bug or whatever, but actually, legitimately, I don't know. I have no idea. It could have been, it could be, I don't know. And they're not testing people you know, who are I mean, I spoke to my GP during the week, and you know, it's just not being, well, there's nothing they can do, you know, like the testing is not quite there yet. What testing kits and stuff they've made up are going out to the NHS workers, which is absolutely where they should be going, because, you know, we need them. We need them to be looking after our most vulnerable and people who are so poorly. But there's a part of me that is frustrated. I wish I knew, like, if this was just a communal garden flu bug that just so happens to have arrived right upon, like, this coronavirus thing. Or actually, if it's a little bit more serious than that, or, you know, people have been saying that they've had very mild symptoms of it, and I'm like, well, at points I had a temperature of like 39.6, so it was heading up to the 40 mark. Is that a minor symptom? You know, like, I don't know. And I will never know. I have to admit, I woke up today feeling like yesterday I felt a bit better. Today I felt a bit less better, like a bit tired. Yeah, today I felt a bit more tired. I've done an awful lot of coughing, and it's just not pleasant. I've got a bit of a headache again at the moment, so I'll probably take some more paracetamol in a bit or a bit later. I can't really taste anything or smell. Even though I can sniff, I can't smell anything. So most things that I'm eating and stuff, they're completely just tasteless. Which normally I'm sure they wouldn't be. But, it's just a matter of everybody just hunkering down and doing the best that they can to keep people entertained. And, you know, I mean, I can't imagine, I'm not a parent, I cannot imagine how difficult, if you've got a very, you know, young child, how difficult it is to not explain what's going on, because I'm not sure I would want to as such, but to explain why they have to stay in, or, you know, why they can't go down to the park, or, you know, and how to get that message across without taking away, like, their innocence in a way, without burdening them, without making them fearful and worry. And so, you know, I do feel for the parents out there that have been kind of thrown into this situation, but also the ones of the older children who, they kind of have some understanding, but they don't fully understand what's going on, and you know, the parents are expected to be like home educating their children, which has just kind of suddenly been thrown at them. And so I think there's probably a lot of parents in England right now who like are basically sitting there going, perhaps it isn't always my child. Like, you know, perhaps it is my child sometimes. Perhaps it isn't always just a teacher picking on my child in particular. I don't know. But I also feel for the shop workers, the teachers that are still, even though they're working, they're still working from home. You know, my sister-in-law's a teacher, and she's just getting bombarded with emails about the home, like, education thing, you know, from aggravated parents to kids who just don't, I don't know, don't understand, or, you know, for whatever reason. I mean, I know that I'm not the best at reading and interpreting in the right way a set of instructions, and I guess, you know, there's probably an awful lot of kids out there that are kind of like that, and yeah, it just creates this immense amount of work, but, you know, I think it's just hard right now, isn't it, for everybody, like, for the people who are self-employed, they don't know where they stand anymore, like, and, I mean, the government, they're working hard, they're trying their hardest to pull money out of thin air, like, and it's, it's really, I hate saying it because everybody's saying it, but it's really strange times right now. It's really peculiar. It's very, it's forcing a lot of people to spend a lot of time with themselves. I'll let that one just sit with you for a little while. It's forcing a lot of people to sit with themselves. Yeah. People that have never had to do it before. People who have always constantly been surrounded by other people. Suddenly, uh-oh, you're in a flat on your own, or you're in a house on your own, and you are going to be for the foreseeable however long. They're suddenly sitting there going, oh crap, like, what do I do now? Like, I mean, there's only so many arguments I can like, for me personally, there's only so many times I can argue with myself in my head. And, like, this whole idea of, like, isolating but still doing exercise, like going outside and getting exercise, and I'm like, well, I've been poorly for the last 7 days, so I'm like, nope, I need to, you know, keep my head down, and I need to keep myself in for the sake of, like, other people, but my God, like, I'm ready to go out now, like, obviously, I'm not gonna do it until I am feeling 100%, which could be a while, still, but it's just, I just don't even know, how, there's just nothing that can be said, is there? Like, you know, except thank you to all the people that are still having to continue with their jobs, not just the doctors and nurses, but also the other carers, the cleaners, the truck drivers who are not only delivering, you know, food and equipment and supplies all over the country, but also who are, you know, not necessarily seeing their families for, you know, for however long, because they are so busy. I think the most shocking thing that I keep seeing is these mobile fridge freezer units. The idea that ice skating rinks and all these other places are being used as temporary mortuaries because of the amount of people we've lost. It's just, I just can't even. I think my heart goes out to all of those families. Every single one of them. Like, you know, you don't even know, like, we're just getting numbers. We're not getting names or families or you know, we're just getting numbers that just seem to go up and up and up. But these could be, they could be, you know, 2 or 3 people from the same family. You know, I don't know. Like, it's yeah, it's mind-blowing. It is absolutely mind-blowing. And I have to say I thank myself too for being an absolute hoarder of yarn, because I'm not going to run out anytime soon. So who's laughing now? Me. Yeah, so I'm laughing now because I'm making stuff. I've got something that I can do things with. But yeah, it's it's all I don't know. It feels like a disaster movie to me. It doesn't feel like it just doesn't feel like it's real. Like how. I don't know. But hopefully at the end of it something good will happen, whether that is that we manage to eradicate it altogether, whether that is just that our planet has had the breathing space it needs from jet engines and those sorts of things, or whether it be that, you know, England finds some courage to pick itself up and start making our own things again. Start making our own medical equipment, or, you know, making the things that we need rather than always importing it. Maybe, you know, maybe that is something good that will come of it. Maybe the old attitudes of sort of the wartime will come out of this, where people are more grateful for what they have, like, no matter how little it is. Hopefully, you know, I've seen that there's a lot of people that are going out there and they're trying to grow their own vegetables, or, you know, like, and it is little things like that, little changes that could make a massive change for, you know, our world. Anyway, that's enough of that, because it's just, it's all anyone wants to talk about, isn't it? It's just constant. So I hope that everyone is is as well as can be, and I hope that we won't be in lockdown for longer than is necessary. And I am gonna go and wash my hands because I've been coughing. And yeah, so until next time, which I'm not sure when that'll be, keep yourself safe, follow what they're saying, stay at home. If you do not need to go out somewhere, stay at home. If you've got even the tiniest patch of garden, use that to go and get your fresh air in, and, you know, I don't know, march on the spot, jump on the spot, whatever, you know. If you don't need to go to the supermarket, don't go. You know, if you don't need items, then don't ask for them, because we all need to look after each other now, not just ourselves. So yeah, stay safe, stay warm. If you've got relatives that are elderly and you're in a position where you may not have been safe, like, don't risk it. I'm sure that they'll understand in the long run. But yeah, stay safe, guys, and I'll see you again soon.